You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 16, season 2 of the Dialed In Show. How you doing, Steven?
I'm good. It seems like you're well rested. I'm well rested. That's good. Everybody woke up on time. Good.
Yeah,
The little victories.
This is the first day in probably over 2 months that I slept in, and so yeah, I feel good. I'm mad that I had to get up for this, but yes, I'm feeling good.
Cool. Now, well, it was Easter Sunday, so big Sunday, Super Bowl for churches. You survived it, so good job.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm sure you are tired. All right.
Yeah.
There is, we use AI a lot nowadays. Well, a lot of people use AI, and there is kind of a viral conversation about the Mount Rushmore. What is your Mount Rushmore for male R&B singers? And the image that is going around a lot has Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, Usher, and R. Kelly. Would you keep all four of those gentlemen on the male R&B Mount Rushmore?
Oh, that's the question? Oh. No, I thought this was the one has to go thing.
I mean, it is. I mean, a lot of people are saying they would remove someone from the list.
Okay, I think it's two separate things. Does everyone on that list, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Usher, and R. Kelly, deserve to be on the R&B Mount
Male Mount
Rushmore?
Rushmore. Yes.
I think that's one question. I think the other question is, if these are the four, which one has to go? I think those
Okay.
are two separate
So
questions.
tackle the first question.
Okay, well, to the first one, as we talked about in the green room, then there's some people that feel Michael Jackson is more of a pop artist than an R&B artist. So I could understand that logic, but if that's the logic, why do we so much compare Usher to him, and why do we so much compare Chris Brown to him?
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, a lot of people in comments from posts that have been posted about this have said, oh, Michael Jackson is the king of pop. But you're exactly right. When we talk about the greats, people compare Chris Brown and Usher to Michael Jackson. So which is it? Is he R&B or is he pop? Or is it just in his era, pop really was our type of R&B? Is that the situation?
That could be true too. That could be true too. Or is he, man, is it an athlete, or is it somebody, or is it an actor or something? There's somebody, it might be an actor, maybe like a Denzel Washington, who could kind of cross over into to different, not genres, but I think there are certain figures, certain people in history that you can't really put into one box.
I get
They're
that.
they're bigger than one box. So Denzel, for example, they're white people, and I'm not making this a white black thing,
Yeah,
but
no, I understand. He would be on some people's Mount Rushmore of just actors, not black
yes,
actors.
yes, yeah.
Okay, so to answer the question, would you keep the four that are up there?
I think because you have Chris Brown and Usher, yes. I think that if there were other people and not Chris Brown and Usher, let's just say there was nobody else on there that was remotely close to being like Michael Jackson, then okay. Um, but no, I say
Okay,
leave.
well, and this may be controversial. So is R. Kelly definitely on there?
Okay, y'all, let's get out our
I'm
feelings.
not talking about the allegations, or I'm saying, is R. Kelly's body of work so good that he would be on that Mount Rushmore?
Now, and people may disagree with me on this. If we trying to challenge, or whoever's trying to challenge Michael Jackson for being on this because of pop,
Mm-hmm.
and because of what I said about Chris Brown and Usher, the only true R&B artist on there is R. Kelly.
No, I wouldn't say that.
If
Like I
R.
said, I
R.
think
Kelly's not like Michael Jackson.
R&B and pop are. I get that they're technically different genres, but they're also the same in my eyes. It just depends. What I'm saying is, Chris
Pop
Brown
is
ain't
more poppy.
Chris Brown is R&B. Usher is R&B. They just know to make more money, like Michael Jackson, to make more money, they do some other mainstream songs that are more poppy, but they are R&B.
Yeah, I'm just speaking to the
Stop
question you
eating
said.
while you why are you eating while we're doing the show?
I'm sorry.
Dog.
I'm just speaking. There's some cashews. I'm just speaking to the point you brought up about should R. Kelly even be on the list?
Mhm.
Whether you like him, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about those who are watching and listening. And thank you for listening on podcast platforms and everything. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. But
How's
listen,
the stats been going? We'll talk about that later.
but uh, whether you like him or not,
Mhm.
regardless of his misdeeds and all
Yeah,
that
I'm
kind
not
of
talking
stuff.
about that. Well, some people may remove Chris Brown for his past, so I'm not talking about that.
Well, if that's the case, we can go. You can take all of them off the list. I can give you an allegation about every last one of them. But there are so many songs,
Mhm.
extremely popular songs that come from R. Kelly.
Yes.
So many.
Okay, but is that more than someone else?
It might be.
I'm not talking about Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, or Usher. I'm saying, is there someone else missing off this list? Now, I saw an AI version that had Neo. That would have been an easy takeoff. Neo is not on Mount Rushmore of R&B. I'm sorry.
Now, I mean, this person wouldn't be on Mount Rushmore either, but my mind went to Trey Songz. But he wouldn't be on Mount Rushmore.
He'd be at like the visitor center with Neo.
Not the visitor. Maybe they could be on a smaller mountain, not on
The
at the
visitor
visitor
center
center.
at the bottom of the hill.
What about women?
That's a whole. We could do that another week. I mean, women R&B. Beyonce definitely is on there. I mean, that's just a no
See,
brainer.
I think she's kind of that
See,
R&B pop too.
she's R&B.
She has
Okay,
pop
who
songs,
else?
and now, well, and she says don't put her in a genre.
Right, because she's able to do multiple things, like you said.
Now she's trying to do country music.
She's definitely on there. I don't care what anyone says. She's on there. Okay, but who else would be on there?
What is Mary J. Blige?
She's R&B, right?
And a lot of people say she's the queen.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mary J. Blige. I really can't think of other people.
Alicia
Like I
Keys.
love music. Would she be on the Mount Rushmore though?
We need 4 people, so who else would it
No, I'm
be?
saying, would she be on the Mount Rushmore?
Now Rihanna, she's more pop.
See, I think the pop and R&B is it messes things up. It muddies the waters. Because yeah, like Rihanna, I would still consider R&B, but she is pop. Just like, okay, Chris Brown as of late probably is more pop, but
Mhm.
he
Oh
still
yeah,
has but he
that
still has R&B bangers. Like
that Chris Brown from the early 2000s to teens. Oh no, he was smooth. I'm talking about he was. This one now is
it's
bounce.
still good.
It's good, yeah, it's good, but it's more pop than R&B.
So
He's
so
getting
you're
more than his
saying
Michael Jackson, or trying to.
so you're saying Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys. Let me see what keep talking about. I'm gonna see what they did. Uh
I
who
think
would be the fourth? Female R&B
Beyonce, Mary J. Blige,
Mount Rushmore.
Alicia Keys.
Okay. I don't think people are really gotten on the female trend, but some people have. It's all over the doggone place. Like I could.
And I'm sure
Okay.
there's some women that we're not.
One has Janet Jackson. Oh, duh, Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah.
Whitney Houston, Beyonce, Janet Jackson, and what's her name? Lauryn Hill. But Lauryn Hill, I thought Lauryn Hill was a rapper. Is she not a rapper?
I think she has,
She won
but
Best
I
Rap
wouldn't even put
Artist.
Janet Jackson on that list.
Nah. But there's so many different lists. One of these lists has Aaliyah on it.
Mm.
One of these lists has Aaliyah, Moesha. Moesha ain't. Hold on, her name ain't Moesha. Her name Brandy.
That's funny.
I said one of these lists got Moesha on it.
She can sing, but I wouldn't put her on
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
And then some got old people like Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, Patti LaBelle, and Mariah Carey. Okay, you know that Mariah Carey. I
Or
mean,
we
if we talk
bringing
about
them, they weren't
old artists,
R&B.
now old artists, I could see Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston. I got to put Anita Baker up there just personally.
Wait, where is Anita?
She alive. Because, y'all, she went almost like 6 months without posting anything. She's posted on Twitter, but I don't know.
We caught her tour before she went AWOL.
Let's see. Did she post Happy Easter? She posted a day ago. Yeah, because she went ghost. So who is y'all's R&B Mount Rushmore? And then you got to look at generations. Because, like, okay, like we said, Chris Brown, R. Kelly, Usher, like in the same category as Michael Jackson. Like, wouldn't the category with Michael Jackson be like Luther Vandross and like Prince and those people?
Yeah, we talking about them. Oh, well, you trying to have separate Mount
No, I'm saying
Rushmore for
like
different generations?
why is Michael Jackson in a our people category? You know what I'm saying?
Because Luther Vandross compared to them is old.
Michael Jackson compared to them is old.
But I'm saying the feeling that you get from them.
Because then you got to think of Luther Vandross, Al Green, Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
Like,
you know, that's a whole nother.
yeah.
To
Now,
me,
that's probably harder.
if we enter in Luther and people like that into the situation, you need to take all these people off. A house is not a home.
Stop eating. Jesus Christ. That's so rude.
I can ship you some cashews.
You were about to say something.
And we can just have you have a cup of coffee and stuff. We can turn this into a
Well, it's not like you sipping coffee over here chewing on camera.
and we can turn this into tell people, hey, grab you some your favorite healthy snack.
I mean, you just over there chomping away.
You know,
Okay.
your sugar and stuff get low. You have to
Shut up. You just got up 5 hours ago. Not even 5 hours ago. All right. So I was recently on a plane, and the day I land, another plane had an issue. A Delta flight caught fire. It was luckily on the ground. What's going on with these planes, man?
the whole argument that perhaps this stuff was happening anyway and it's just now getting press. I don't believe that. I don't believe that because we've had these smartphones and stuff for over a decade now. And if this stuff has always been happening, we would not just not be hearing about it. So what I think there's and sometimes I'm not about to blame this on like one particular president or anything, but I'm just saying sometimes, whatever Trump does today, now these tariffs and stuff are affecting us today, but often their policies and stuff might not affect you till years down the road. And so I think, I don't know when, I don't really care to do the research or anything. Somebody else could do that. I think at some point in the past, there was something that was done, some rule, regulation, policy, something. And now it's catching up with us because how I put it to you like this at the church, and this happens everywhere in your home or whatever. But at the church, we've got probably, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 restrooms all over the place. We have an issue with one toilet in one restroom. Then a few days later, you got same issue in another toilet on a completely separate side of the building. Then you go 2, 3 weeks, same issue with all these different toilets. Plumber says all the toilets were put in at the same time. So all of them are going to break at the same time, around the same time. So what I'm saying about like these positive stuff, I think, or maybe when these planes were made, now you're starting to have all these similar issues. Why a lot of them keep being on fire?
Yeah.
So it's like, there needs to be an investigation to see, wait a minute, this is happening too much all around the same time. We need to look at these planes. Maybe these planes need to be sat down and you buy some new planes or something.
Oh, then what you gonna do in the interim? People still gotta fly. People gotta fly. People gotta go places.
And you know what I love though? All that doo-doo talk about Spirit, all that talk about Frontier, all
Micah,
that talk about the affordable airlines.
Spirit and Frontier was having planes on fire and all this stuff before this recent wave of issues.
Not now.
When I worked in Florida, well, that was more Allegiant, but I was doing emergency landing stories on these once a month.
But not now. The Bible says, "And the first shall be last, and the last shall be first." So, hey, it might be a shift. People saying, you know what? All these luxury airlines, they not safe.
So you take your butt and fly Spirit then.
Getting on Southwest next week.
Yeah.
Shout out to our mother.
Yay.
Today that this is airing is her final day of classes. She's graduating from, I would say, high school. Graduating with her master's degree next Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So congrats to Mom. You did it. We are
Technically
so
not
proud.
yet, but yeah.
She's not going to fail, even if she didn't turn in this assignment today, which
That's
is the
why
day they're airing.
I'm a horrible student. No, I wouldn't even do it.
Right, because you gonna pass. And
Right, I'd be like, if I get a 0 on
she
this or
get
a
an
50,
A.
would I pass?
She just wants an A. I'm like,
I've never wanted an A in a class.
what do you mean?
I've never said like, oh my goodness, I really want an A in this class. That's never been my reality. I get what I get as long as I pass. Cool. I've never said, oh, I want an A. I got to get an A.
So
I've
you're
never
okay with being average?
in school, yeah,
And why is that?
because as I said, what am I gonna name names? But a boy in our class in high school, and I understand that scholarships and all that stuff. I get all that.
Mhm.
But boy in our class in high school at our graduation when it was over ran up to Abby Temple, who was a
Then why
valedictorian.
are you saying the person's name?
Well, I said her name. She's valedictorian. Wasn't nothing wrong with saying her name. I'm not gonna say the
Okay.
person who wasn't a good student's name.
Mhm.
And he ran up to. He said, Abby, let me see your diploma. He held up his diploma and held up her diploma and looked at him. Well, I can't say what he said, but he said, "See, that's why I ain't do nothing." He said they look the same. So
That is true. Just like, I mean, and yes,
especially for college, is true.
yeah, it can help you in certain circles, but yeah, saying, "Oh, I graduated from college with a 3.9," okay, nobody cares. You got your degree. That's all they care about.
Right.
But you shouldn't strive to be average, Micah. You should still
No.
hope to get an A, and if you get a B, you get a B. Not, I'm not looking to get an A.
I'm not saying that I'm intentionally trying. Let me try and get a C. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what's up.
But how people be stressing and stuff about not getting an A. Oh, I've never
Mhm.
cared about that. No. No. I'm not about to be up at night because I'm trying to get an A. Mm-mm. But hey, kids listening and stuff, strive, shoot for the moon or the stars, whatever. Shoot for the sun, whatever they say. Shoot for the moon, you miss, you hit the stars, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not I don't really care about the school thing when it comes to that.
Well, in the day, congrats to Mom. We'll be celebrating with her next week. All right. So there is a receipt that's been going viral. A woman was reportedly charged $5 for complaining fee. You get a receipt and it's
That ain't the
itemized.
word.
Allegedly, on the itemized receipt, she had a couple beers, she had a cheese pizza, a pepperoni pizza, and quote, a bitching fee was applied to her bill. Do you think that employees should have gotten in trouble for writing being fee?
Yes. Especially if it wasn't like my best waitress or something like that, I probably would have fired her
Mm.
because you didn't have to put that on there. Even if you just for yourself said, "I'm going to charge her $5," put something else. Don't put that. Like that's that.
That's a complaining fee, I guess.
Yeah. And so I'm sure the person that was doing that definitely did it after that. That's crazy, but it's funny. It's
Yeah,
funny.
it's funny
And
until you the one who get it.
well, I was about to say she should have gotten her whole meal for free.
Yeah, I mean, and her bill was only $24, so minus the $5, it was less than $20.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
I have a question.
What?
Do you look at your receipts, like every item?
It depends on how much money I got and if I'm making sure that what I ordered is on the receipt. If I know I just got two
$24.
things,
I
I'm not going to look
probably,
at the receipt.
huh?
If I just got like two things, I'm not going to look at the receipt.
Yeah, 20. I'm just looking at the total.
Mhm.
$24. I probably would not look at everything on there.
To see that the person put a being female.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have even noticed it unless for some reason I just said that's a female dog.
No, that's not. Oh,
That is a
I'm,
female
I'm,
dog.
I'm thinking hoe.
But now I can see if the bill was, higher than that, then
Mhm.
then maybe I
Like if
would.
they charge $10 for it.
Yeah, but I no, I probably would not even notice that a lot of the time because this is me, and I know that the people who they don't want to make sure they're paying, they want to make sure they're not paying for something that they didn't order, blah blah blah. But
Mhm.
this is me. You pay to play, so if I'm going out to eat, first of all, before I even go, I need to have the money that I need to be able to eat,
Mhm.
right? So half the time, I don't even really look at it because either I got money or I don't. So either so most time they give me, I just give them the card. Like, here you go. Like, I'm
Right.
not about to stress about that.
Yeah, that's true. Now, kids like to repeat what they hear. A group of people walked past this child, and the child said, "Big bag, big bag."
What would you do if, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about just anybody. What would y'all do if you are, a little overweight, a little husky, a little big and tall? What would you do if you were just randomly walking down the sidewalk and there's a little kid pointing at you or looking at you saying, big back, big back? Mind you, the little kid is probably under 5 years old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's doing what he heard. I mean, his mom probably called his aunt a big bag, and so no,
Mhm.
the person walked by, he said big bag. Jesus Christ.
What the person had been wrong, mind you, y'all, the little kid's mom was there. I don't know who else was there with the kid,
Mhm.
but would the person have been wrong to turn around and say something negative to the kid?
Negative, like what?
Buck tooth, buck tooth. Or, I don't know. um, um,
Why did he get? And the kid was just like, "What did I say wrong?"
like just said something back to the kid. Nappy head, nappy head. I don't know. Would
What?
the adult have been wrong to do that? I don't think
No.
so.
What? But I don't think the adult would have been quick enough to look and see what the kid looked like to comment. Like they were
For
just
all we
walking.
know,
We
that
don't
could
even
have
know if
really
they
triggered
heard it.
something in that adult to possibly like gone home and unalive themselves. Like,
Um,
you just don't know how it triggers. And I think that would have been my lesson to the child. Would have been, that's bullying. You don't know. Now you can do it to your sibling or your cousin or something.
But that's bullying too. What if your cousin go
Yeah,
home
but
and do
that's
something?
different. You just need to take that on the chin. That's different. But a stranger or somebody at school, don't bully them. Bully family, not.
That can traumatically impact the family member. So I wouldn't say that either. All right, some of the comments said, well, at least the parent corrected the child and apologized to the adults. Parents don't parent like these days, like this these days. Good job, mom. Um, someone said the nerve while eating his little ice cream cone. He don't even know he training for future Big Bag League.
Dad could have said your little tail gonna be a big bag.
Meanwhile, he's eating ice cream. The audacity.
Hmm.
Kids have no chill. Kids say what's on their mind though. Kids have no filter.
They
They
tell the truth.
they tell the truth, and that's a. I mean, that's the innocence in being a child. Of now, if he was 14 and said that, that's different.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, nah. Them fighting words. If you that old doing something like that,
You think so?
yeah, that's okay. A 4-year-old saying it's completely different than a 15-year-old saying it. 15-year-old, you the same height as me, and I like, nah, like that's no, no. And when you talk about like the little boy, little kid was, potentially be a big back themselves when they get older. Kids these days are big.
What?
Kids these days are big. They're
Oh,
overweight. You ever seen like an overweight dog and you're like, that dog fat. It's like that with kids. These kids nowadays, they are overweight. I don't know.
okay.
Probably because, they don't play outside as much. And I don't even know, how does PE work in school nowadays? Do
I
they
don't
have
either.
PE like we used to have PE?
Yeah. I mean, they have something.
Because you used to have a period of your day where you stink. Because you'd
Yeah.
be outside. I'm talking about at school.
I know what you're talking about.
Because I remember teachers being mad, like whatever class you had after that.
It smell.
Yeah. Teachers
You're
being
like,
mad
"Ugh."
saying, oh, y'all came from outside.
I know teachers probably hated being in the class after the kids came from outside.
Hmm.
Ugh.
But I don't know if they still do it like that anymore. I don't
Nah,
know.
no. No,
Yeah.
I think they have PE, but they ain't going outside. No.
Yeah. Plus, you might get shot. But really, I think you get shot in the school, not outside the school. The best place to probably be during a school shooting is PE outside.
Oh my God. PE isn't outside. It's never been outside.
We used to go outside,
PE is in the gym.
but then we used to go outside.
That's you going outside. That's not PE.
I'm saying during PE, yeah, you did stuff in the gym, but you would go outside. And then we had recess. So you had PE, you had recess. I don't know if they still have recess.
No, they don't.
It just used to be more. That's why these kids now, they more got allergies and stuff that I don't think we had. Because they don't be out there.
You're saying these kids soft.
Yeah. Like you said, all of us who lived out here have busted our knee or face or something on this hill, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, that's just a part of growing up, being hot. When me and Aaron put a stink bomb in the person mailbox down there in the cul-de-sac one summer, and oh my goodness, we bought it from the dollar store. It smells so bad. Do you remember when you could go to the Dollar Tree and they used to sell the brown paper bag, and they had blue ones for boys and pink ones for
Mm-hmm.
girls, and it was all kind of little knickknacks in it?
Yeah. Those
Those
were
were
the
the good
days.
old days. I don't know what they
Now
do
you go to Dollar Tree and spend $5.
on one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, times are different.
Man. So ChatGPT, the creator of ChatGPT or whatever his title is, he confirmed on someone's tweet, and I still don't really understand it, but he said a lot more money is spent if people say like please and thank you to the ChatGPT. I don't
Mhm.
get that part. I don't understand.
From when I read the article that you sent, I believe it's because they're saying that Chat GPT or AI in general, they all of it is based on storage, and
Mhm.
so they have these large storage facilities to keep track of all the data, and the word please and thank you and stuff like that, they're saying are unnecessary when you're asking Chat GPT questions, but
Mhm.
those words are taking up space in their storage, and so it costs them money. So they're saying stop saying please and thank you because it's wasted space.
Don't you say please and thank you?
Absolutely. I was raised to be polite.
So you're polite to AI.
Yeah. Please, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I don't say yes, ma'am, yes, sir to AI. I'm just talking about in general.
I'm talking about
And
the AI.
y'all, that's a southern thing, I think, uh, that I don't know is still being taught now. I don't
Mm.
think it is.
Why would you say please to AI?
Well, the more you use it, you forget. AI talks back to you sometimes like a person. And so you'll forget I'm talking to a computer.
Mhm.
And so you'll be like, "Can you please?" But like I said, I think it's those who don't do it in normal conversation probably don't do it. So
I'm just not gonna ask a computer, can you please do this? Like, I'm just gonna say, what is the answer to this?
you well, I don't know how to explain it. Is some of us are more polite than others.
I think I'm more polite than you.
No, when it comes to like strangers, we're probably as equally as polite when it comes to Southern hospitality.
Mm.
Yeah. Which state, Georgia, Florida, Missouri, South Carolina, Texas, I believe are the places that you lived.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which one had the most Southern hospitality? Even though I know Missouri, that's considered like Midwest.
Yeah,
Is
South Carolina, duh.
really?
Yeah. Oh, you think I'm not counting Georgia
Why not?
because I didn't work in Georgia. I'm from Georgia. So, duh,
Okay.
I'm going to say Georgia.
Okay, so you're saying South Carolina had the most Southern hospitality.
Mm-hmm. Of the places I've worked.
Mm.
Yeah, but duh, Georgia. I was talking to an Uber driver last week, and we were kind of talking about how it's funny. People in Texas say they're in the South, but I'm like, that's not really. They're not in the South. Texas is like Mexico. Texas is Mexico South, but the South is not Texas.
Yeah, that's just the way that we've labeled it. But when you look at a map, it is south. It is.
It's not the South. It's not Southern.
It's literally the southern border. When we talk about that, that's
Yeah,
Texas.
but Texas is Texas. Texas is Southwest. Texas is.
But we don't say Georgia
Cowboy.
Southeast.
Some people do.
It's well, but
Georgia
yes,
is the
traditionally
South.
when you say the South, you think about Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina.
I don't even know is Louisiana South. They're different. They're
They're
Creole,
underwater
Asian. They're different.
down in the bayou.
But yeah, I don't think Texas is Southern. I'll be like that. Texas is not Southern.
Well, when we talk about hospitality, they are southern
They're
country.
yeah, like they're country Southern, not Southern Southern. I mean country. What were we saying? Like nice. They're country nice, not Southern.
In the Missouri, do people say yes, ma'am?
No,
Mm.
no. Yeah, the Midwest was different. It was different. I mean, they're kind of nice people, but it's just different. It's just a whole different vibe in Midwestern part of the United States compared to like if you're in like Jacksonville, Florida. I don't even consider Florida. That's South Georgia. Jacksonville, South Georgia.
I love some white music artists called Florida Georgia Line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the last things, so Micah baptizing people on Sunday. Did you see this baptism?
I saw it when you sent it to me.
The dude went more under the. I guess the preacher. The preacher went more under the water than the person who was being baptized.
They said when he was coming back up, he caught the spirit and he like jumped, but it made like I said, the person baptizing him go under the water. Man, I'd have been so upset. I
I
would not
just
have thought
noticed
that
you
was
put your
funny.
mic on your back. I was like, that's gonna get wet.
The first time I did it, that was the concern, and I was told that the worst that would happen is the mic would just stop working, but we wouldn't get electrocuted.
No,
So,
you're not gonna get electrocuted. No.
so I mean, just prayerfully, it doesn't ever happen. And typically, this was the first time I didn't really put it on by myself.
Mm,
I normally have it on the inside of my shirt,
mm.
but it was placed on me this time, so it was on the outside. But yeah, we oh yeah, so that's funny, but I would not have thought it was funny. I'm glad it wasn't me. Look, y'all, I have something new since the last time we were on the Dialed In show. Steven saw it when I picked him up from the airport, and he kind of looked like he looks right now. Those who are listening on podcast platforms, you need to go over to YouTube to see Steven's face. But I can't remember your friend from Claflin. I can't think of her name right now. But I got a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of her name. What's her name?
You talking about Benita?
Yes,
Benita?
yes, yeah. I think that's her. So yeah, I got a religious tattoo with meaning. Just is a cross that says faith, hope, and love, and we're gonna see if Steven gets a matching one, and we'll keep y'all updated, and hopefully one day he'll be showing you his forearm
Oh,
with his Faith, Hope, Love cross tattoo.
Don't hold your breath, guys. Don't hold your breath.
It wasn't bad at all. It hurt, but it didn't hurt that bad. It was bearable. If you can stand either like getting pinched in the same spot over and over again,
That's
or
annoying.
yeah, or think about getting a shot just nonstop.
I don't like shots.
But I promise it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Whatever.
Not bad.
Well, and then I was trying to segue into you had I was gonna end on a good note. You had a pretty cool moment Sunday, where typically when people join the church, weeks later or months later they get baptized. Oh, when they give their life to Christ. But you asked a question like your dad would. Some people gave their life to Christ Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and you said the water's still up there. You want to get baptized, and they said yeah. So that was pretty cool that that happened.
Blew my mind because I saw Dad ask people that for years, and all the time people would say, "No, I want my family to be here," or "No, my hair," or something, or "I don't have a change of clothes," or whatever. And so they always schedule for a later date because at the beginning of the service we baptized 5 or 6 people. And so at the end, I often ask people, I say the water's still up there, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. But this Sunday I said, you want to do it? And she nodded her head yes, and I was like, you for real? And she said, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So that was a special moment, and it was a husband and wife. They're I believe one of them was 30 and the other one was like 28 or something.
But that was their first time coming to the church, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty cool. And
then the wife shared it on Facebook. It was cool. And one of them said that their mom would be upset that they did it without the family being there, but the other one was like, God said to do it, and
the good thing is it's on the internet, so it's not like
you can watch it.
Can't see the moment. So
you know what, and just show you how things work out. And this is really just I could have just told you this afterwards, but I'm so glad that new camera was positioned and working the way that it was, because it just they were able to get that shot like that. That was good. So
because what some of y'all don't know, if you don't attend the park, when I come home, I'm working on Sundays. I'm not sitting next to my mom in the front pew. I am actually working. So yeah.
Hey, we all have to pitch in. So we thank God for how he moved through all of us on Easter 2025. Some of y'all will see you Easter 2026. It was good seeing you this year. But hopefully we see you Sunday, if not Sunday, on Mother's Day. So we've got a lot going on over the next few weeks. We do, as far as our family.
We do.
A lot of traveling in the next few weeks. So y'all pray that no planes catch fire and no car issues, anything like that. Stephen will be crisscrossing the country.
Man. Spending money I ain't got.
Going to South Carolina, going to Arizona. I'll be coming to Dallas this summer. So a lot of traveling. But now I'm gonna tell you one thing. Let me get on one of these planes like that one on the other day where it caught fire on the tarmac. I'm not flying nowhere else this year. I don't care what I had planned. If I can't drive, I'm not going.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll just have to see. And you're flying with your mom for the first time ever?
Yeah. Well,
it's gonna be fine.
The stories we'll probably have to tell from when we get back from Arizona will probably be funny. But got a lot going on in the first half of May. 2 graduations, our mom, our cousin, Mother's Day, all kinds of of stuff. And it's also a season for our family of where there are a few people who passed away during this time. So it's crazy time.
It's crazy time. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us as we head into crazy time. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week.
Bye-bye.